I actually have a game for you guys today. I had played it with another grade and they really liked it, so I thought you guys might like it too. Um, so the way that we play this game is it's called Zoom In, and I have a lot of instruments, but what I did is I took the picture of the instrument and zoomed it in really far. So it may be a little bit hard to recognize, and you have to try to guess what the instrument is. Okay? And then after you guess, I will go to the next picture, and then the next one, it will show you the full instrument. Okay? So remember that unless you have a really important question or one of your parents has a question, we are not using the chat box just to say hi and stuff. But if you want to guess what the picture is, go ahead and raise your hand like this. Okay? So what instrument do you think this one is? Okay, Chloe.
You have to raise your hand.
I think you're unmuted now.
Okay.
Piano.
Good. It does look like a piano, doesn't it? Let's see if you're correct. Here's the next zoomed out picture. Does a piano have this part on the back right here? No. You're raising your hand. You have a red shirt on. What's your name?
Alisa.
What is it?
Nate.
Nate. Okay. You know what this instrument is, Nate?
I forget the name, or it's that thing where you're like.
Exactly. You play it by holding it in your hands and then pressing the keys with one hand and pulling out the other part with the other hand. So here is the picture of what it looks like as a whole. Can you say accordion?
Accordion.
Accordion. Yep. All right. Somebody raise your hand and guess what this close-up instrument might be. Anybody have an idea? Okay, Taylor, you're raising your hand. What do you think? Make sure you're unmuted.
I think it is trumpet.
Ooh, that's a very good guess. Let's see if you're right. Good job. It was a trumpet.
Oh.
Okay, what about this one? Anybody have an idea? Okay, Kanoa, asking you to unmute right now.
A drum.
Ooh, I think he might be right. Let's see. Good job. It's actually a whole drum set. It's not even just one drum. There's a whole bunch. We have the big drum down at the bottom. We have the little snare drums, and we even have the cymbals up at the top. And someone sits behind it. Let me get my arrow and I can show you where the person sits. See my arrow? They sit right back here, and sometimes they're even sitting in a chair, and sometimes they stand up, but they can play all of these. Let's go to the next one. Do we have a guess on what this one might be? Maybe somebody that hasn't gotten to guess yet. Brendan, what do you think? Let me ask you to unmute.
I have a trumpet, but it's a guitar. Is that it's not an electric guitar, and I think that's a normal guitar like mine. Mine is way shinier and better and like looking nicer.
Okay, trumpets are a really nice instrument. Somebody else, let's guess what this picture is that we have right here. Okay, I see a couple people with their hands up. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to unmute, sweetie. You have a pink shirt on. What was your name? I'm sorry.
It's a guitar.
Okay, that's a really good guess. Let's zoom it out just a little bit more. Guitars also have strings, but there is another instrument that has strings too, and it's called the cello. and it looks a lot like a violin, but the cello is a bigger version of the violin. Okay, here's the next one. What do you think? If you want to give a guess, let's raise your hand. James? Make sure your microphone is unmuted because I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. There you go.
It has bells, but I don't know what the instrument's called.
Okay, good. That's a good observation. It definitely is some kind of bell. So let's zoom it out a little bit more. And now you can see that there's 3 on it. And it's called let's see if anybody else might remember what it's called or know what it's called. I'm asking you to unmute. Nate, right?
Yep.
All right, what do you think?
It's one of the, I actually thought it was just a bunch of bells,
Huh?
but I was wrong. I forget the name, but it really jingles.
Oh, I think you just found out the name because they're called Jingle Bells. Just-
Oh, right.
Yeah, just like the Christmas song Jingle Bells. And not all Jingle Bells are shaped like this, like where you hold it in your hand. Some of them are on like a long stick. Some of them are, but they almost always look like, they almost always look like this, or they have this part, and sometimes this part is gold, but they have bells. It looks like, Kanoa, do you have a bell? You want to play it for us real quick? Let me unmute you so we can hear what it sounds like. All right, go ahead. Good. That's what the bell sounds like. Actually, let me go for 1 second and see if I can grab a Jingle Bells because I actually have some. I'll be right back. Give me like 5 seconds. I have a whole box of them actually. So here's what the ones look like that we have in the music room. They don't look exactly quite like that one, but here's what they sound like. So you're like, jingle bells, jingle bells. I can't wait for Christmas time because then we can sing Jingle Bells and play Jingle Bells, and that will be really fun. Okay, we have another instrument for you to guess, and this is also another instrument that I have here in the music room. Let's see. Oh, Elizabeth has her hand up. Go ahead. Make sure you're unmuted, sweetie, so I can hear your voice. Okay.
A xylophone?
Xylophone, very good. Let's zoom it out, zoom it out. And these keys that you see that are made of wood, they can also be made of metal too, which makes a little bit of a different sound. We're gonna do one more instrument and then we will move on in our lesson. And I know some of you are gonna recognize what these are because I had some of you last year for music and we played these. Taylor?
It is the thing where we like do that.
Yes, very good. They're called rhythm sticks. Let me zoom out so you can see what they look like. And we hit them together to keep the beat or to keep the rhythm. And they make like a little clinking sound, but then you can also rub that one that's smooth against the one that's not smooth and it makes a different sound. So they're very fun to play. All right, let's go over to where we left off yesterday. And remember, we were talking about steady beat. We were talking about different places we could keep the beat. So just to warm up and refresh our memory, we are going to keep the beat in our hands, which means we're going to be clapping to the beat of this song, okay? So I want to see everybody clapping along with me, okay? Here we go.
See the people walking down the street, all in line just watching all their feet. They don't know where they want to go, but they're walking in time.
Okay, good job keeping the beat with me at that song. Let's go on to the next part. And we're going to skip the keep the beat in your feet because we can do that another time. Now, I have a little machine right here on the screen, and I wonder if anybody knows what this is. Does anybody know what this is? I think I saw somebody. Okay, Nate. I think you're unmuted.
No, I'm not. I think it's where you see how tall you are.
Okay, that's a really good guess because it does have some markings on it that maybe looks like that, but that's not correct. Anybody else have another guess? Colton?
Timekeeper.
Ooh, that's really close. You said something to keep the time. Colton, go ahead
For
and
music.
yeah, good. That's right. And then I think Mateo had something he wanted to say. Let me go. Okay, Mateo? Make sure you're unmuted. There you go.
I think it's almost my birthday on the other tomorrow.
Oh, we'll have
So
to.
my dad said we're gonna set up a party tomorrow.
Okay, so this is actually called a metronome, and Colton was correct whenever he said it's something that keeps the time in music. And the little metal part at the top will go to keep the person on the steady beat. So for example, when I was about you guys' age, I took piano lessons and I would have a metronome sitting right there on the piano and it would go beep, 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 beep. So I wouldn't play my music too fast or too slow. I could play it just at the right speed, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys this video of how a metronome works. Can you nod your head to with a metronome like this? And what it does is if I'm playing the piano and I'm not sure what the steady beat is or I'm having a hard time hearing it, I can put that beside me and it will keep me going the same steady speed throughout the whole song. Okay? So remember that that's called a metronome because I might ask you about it at the end of the week to see if we remember it, okay? Put that in your brain. Okay. We already did zoom in. I believe I have, yes, okay. I have two animals on my screen right now, and I would like you to tell me, raise your hand and tell me which animal do you think goes fast? Maybe somebody that hasn't got to say something yet. Bryson, which animal do you think goes fast right here?
The bunny.
Bunny definitely goes fast. And which animal goes really slow? Alexander, which animal goes slow?
Turtle.
Turtle, very good. So music can also go fast and slow. And when we come back tomorrow, I will have a video for you right here of a little story about a tortoise or a turtle and a hare that get into a race and we can see who wins. Who do you think is gonna win? Chloe's raising her hand. Let's see. Chloe?
The bunny.
Okay, she thinks the bunny. Oh, I accidentally muted you. Can you unmute again?
The turtle.
Okay. I guess we will see tomorrow, won't we? And then after that, I'll have you guys listen to a song that's fast, a song that is slow, and you will have to try to guess which song is the bunny song and which song is the turtle song tomorrow. Okay? Well, it's about time for music class to be over. Nate, did you want to say something real quick before we end?
I think the tortoise is gonna win because I know this story super well.
The story? I bet a lot of people have heard the story. All right. Well, I see some more hands, and so maybe you can save those questions for tomorrow or those comments for tomorrow, and remember to ask me them then, okay? Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.